Hey guys, today we're going to be installing some Kicker DSC50 speakers in our 2022 Arctic Fox 1150 truck camper. So we're only going to be doing the interior speakers for now. We might upgrade the exterior speakers someday. These ones are not waterproof, so we cannot install these outside. But we're going to be putting 4 speakers in here, and then once it's done, right back here we already have one installed. That is what it's going to look like in the end. So we're going to show you how we install them. Some of them, depending on what kind of camper you have, are plug and play. Some of them you have to do a little bit more work. So these ones we bought originally thinking they were plug and play, but they're just a little bit different. So we ended up having to snip the positive and negative wires, and then they send an extra wire, which is right here. So we just have to attach this to the original factory camper wires, plug this into the speaker, and we're set to go. So we're going to get started on this one next and show you how we do it. Alright, so I took the screws out of the speaker. So this is what it looks like on the inside. You can see the wires already going through the roof. And we just got these clips right here. So instead of using these exact ones on our new speakers, one of these are skinnier than the other on the new speakers, and on this one they're both the exact same. So we're going to be clipping these wires, and then we're going to attach the new wires that are included in the Kicker kit, and then we will put the new speaker back up there, and it's pretty simple and pretty quick. So when you get these speakers, they come in 2 pieces. So you'll be taking this part here, and when you're ready to install it, you just put the cover over it and just screw it into the ceiling. So now we have this speaker hanging down, and you have to figure out which wires are positive and negative. So if you look on this speaker, we'll use this one as an example since it's easier to see, but you can see positive and negative. So right there's the minus, and right in there's the positive. So it's probably pretty hard to see in the video, but you'll want to check that on this speaker and on this one to make sure that it's exactly lining up the right way. So the next thing we're going to do is snip these. So we have a couple of tools here. So we've got a wire cutter. So the next thing we're going to be doing is cutting these wires. So you just have to make sure that you know which one is positive and which one is negative. So in this case, the brown one is positive and this one is negative. So you're going to go through. You can either detach them from down here, or you can just cut the wires up here. So this will just cut right through here. And this one. So the old speaker is gone. So then the next thing we have here are the wires. So the easiest way to look at this is to which one is which. We'll have Sarah get pretty close. So you can see this one over here is much bigger than this one. So when you can look at the new speakers, this one is much bigger than this one. So this is just a little skinny one. So that way you know which one to put it into. Since this one says it's positive and this one is negative, you can just line those up. So we're going to be cutting these next. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is cut to get some wire exposed. So we just did that on this piece over here, and we're going to be doing that right here. And then all you have to do is just pull the bottom part of it off. Just like that. And then once you do that, you want to twist these. All right, and so then the next step is going to be taking these wires. So as we said before, you want to know which one is positive and which one is negative. So we'll go double check. So on this one, the fatter end, as we'll call it, is positive, and the brown wire up here is positive. So we're going to be attaching these two together. So we're just going to put the negative one up here for a minute and work on this one. So we have the wires attached together here. So we have the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. So the next thing we're going to do, so the wires are not exposed, is we're going to use some electrical tape. So with this, all you have to do is take a strip, pinch it off, and we're going to wrap it around it. And we'll want to go around a couple of times to make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want any wire exposed. All right, and then we'll do the other one. All right, so that should be plenty of electrical tape. So really that's all there is to it. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be attaching the wires to the speaker. So we're going to attach the positive onto this piece right here, which is the bigger one, and then the negative on right there. And then we're going to put the wires tucked into the ceiling and then screw it back in. So we'll show you that next. So here's the positive cable. So we're going to attach that right in there. It clips right in. And the negative will slide down right in there. Clips right in. And that's all there is to it. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to actually have Sarah hold this speaker. We're just going to turn the radio on, make sure it works properly like it should, and then we'll show you the next step. So now that the speaker is connected and the system works, we're going to take this cap and we're going to line it up on the back here. So the screws are just going to be going right through it to line up the speaker and the cap right into the ceiling. So we'll hold it like that and get the wires back up in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to reach back over and grab a screw here. And then the hardest part is lining up, since we have carpet on the ceiling, knowing exactly where. All right, so we will secure this back up there. We're just going to go part way in with this one and then do one other one. Let's do this side right over here. So we have all 4 screws in right now securing it, so I'm just going to tighten them up a little bit more since we didn't put them in snug all the way before. Just make sure it's tight against the ceiling. And that's all there is to it. So the speaker's installed. It'll take you about 5 to 10 minutes per speaker depending on how quick you are with it. And then it all depends on your rig. This one's got 4 speakers in it. So as most of you that have campers and RVs or truck campers know, that the stock speakers are not very good. So that's why we chose to install these kicker speakers. We got these on Amazon. They are like $65 for a set of 2, which is pretty reasonable. You can get a Bluetooth speaker if you just prefer to take that around, but what you spend on these is the same or less than getting a Bluetooth speaker. So that's why we chose to upgrade to this system. And we're going to be including an Amazon link below in the comments and in our description. So if you want to check these out, you can see exactly if they'll work for your rig or not. And if you have any questions, let us know. So thanks for watching, and we'll have a lot more videos coming out soon.